The problem with society today is that once you start growing up, and you have all these emotional responses in your body and you don't know how to deal with them, and slowly as life gets tougher, the typical approach for parents and society, when you're seeking for an answer to, what can I do with all this aggression I have, with all these questions I can't answer, nobody provides me answers with. So you just end up suppressing stuff, and you do that because, that's what people tell you to do. Your parents tell you you should just suck it up, you should toughen up, that's how life is. Society does the same. So what people do, especially men, I'm a guy, so I'm gonna talk more about guys. What we do is we either adopt an alpha male approach in life. We deal with every situation like that, with aggression, with being macho, with generally all those, being a bully and whatnot. Or the second thing we do is we become passive aggressors. We keep a lot of shit inside and we don't really confront anyone about them. So these are basically the two modes you have to choose from as you're moving past being a teenager to going into an adult life. And I find that very problematic. I think that's why a lot of grown-ups that keep on suppressing all those emotions, that's why they end up having burnouts, that's why they have middle life crisis and all that. And if you think about it, toughen up and suck it down, that's like this that's similar to saying to a junkie, you should just pull yourself together, man. Don't be such a dependent pussy. You don't need drugs. That's not advice. That doesn't help. You need something more practical. That's why after I spent 5 years depressed after having my car accident, that's why I didn't know how to deal with shit, because all my life I was used to exercise my demons out of my body. So what I mean with that is that whenever I had problems, I just ran like 15Ks, or I rode, or I did canoe kayak. Like once you do that for 2 hours, once you beat up your body for 2 hours, all the aggression and all those feelings move away, but they basically just get depressed. You sort of get high on the chemicals your body produces after working out, and you're just putting those demons aside. You don't deal with them. So once I had to spend 5 years in bed, those demons, had a big opportunity to beat me up. And that's when I realized that we need to also train our minds instead of just training our bodies. So I studied a lot of books on psychology. I studied a lot of books on philosophies, mostly Eastern philosophies, and all of these were they were helpful. They did give me an understanding of what I was going through, and so the result was I did understand my problems on a intellectual level, but this had no practical application for me. Like, okay, what's happening in your body, why you have this and that, but when time comes and you get all emotional and this and that, knowing what you're going through doesn't really help. It doesn't have any practical value. And that's where meditation for me was a big game changer. That's when I realized that, there's one thing that if you practice it, it does provide you with practical value in life. So I started meditating a little bit, and don't expect that you're gonna meditate 10 minutes a day and you're going to become a Buddha. But you learn to slowly deal with little problems, and you then progress to bigger problems slowly, as you practice more. But practicing at home with books and that is not bad, but you do reach a plateau. Once you reach that plateau, it's good to always go on a meditation retreat. For me, if you want to, you know, up your game, a meditation retreat is the next step. So definitely consider this if you've been meditating for a long time and you're not progressing anymore, or you just want to progress even more. There are also a lot of free meditation retreats out there. You don't have to pay a ton of money. I know there are some really expensive ones, but that's also sort of against the philosophy. You know, meditation teachers shouldn't be paid if you're a bit more traditional in your approach. And give it a try, definitely. Leave me your questions below if you want to ask more stuff, if you would like me to make another video on this topic. Like the video, share it, and until next time, keep on meditating.